Hello and welcome to another Spry Fireside Chat. I'm Lacey from Spry, and here's the fire from Spry. Today's Fireside Chat, I have a couple things that I want to talk about. One is a current event that I want to discuss with you all, and one is actually a marketing idea that we're working on internally and starting to put out for our clients and want to share with you too. So let's start off with current events. So we've been seeing some articles coming through lately about something called sharenting, okay? So like not parenting, but how do I say it? Sharenting? Okay, not parenting, but sharenting. How many times can I say it in a row? What is sharenting? Sharenting is the practice that a lot of parents have of taking photos of their kids and sharing the life of their kids online. And that's sharenting. So raise your hand if you're a sharenter. I am. So I take pictures with my kids, I do Instagram stories with my kids, and I put those online. And the issue that people are coming across with this right now is the lack of privacy and consent that children have as their parents are sharing about them online and in social media. So I wanted to bring up the idea. Sharenting is the act of sharing kids' photos and videos online and talk about what people's opinions are on it. So to be honest with you, up till this point, I didn't really have an opinion on it. I just did it and I didn't really think about it. My kids are sitting with me. I think it's super cute. So I take a little video and I put it up on Instagram. And I guess reading some of those articles is actually making me think a little bit more about whether that is a practice that I want to do or not. And it will probably come down to me just having a conversation with my kids and asking them if they're comfortable with it. So that's one thing that I want to put out to all of the sharents who are out in our following today is, are you posting pictures of your kids on social media? Are you asking them first? What's the rules that you go by? Are you asking them for permission before you post? Are they okay with you posting? Do they get upset about it? So I would love some of your all feedback on your opinion. Do we need to be asking our kids for permission before we put photos up of them? At what point can they actually give permission? Am I allowed to put pictures up of my newborn? What if they grow up and don't want to have a social media presence? One of the stats in some of the articles that I was reading said that most kids right now by the age of 2 have a social media presence. And obviously they don't have the ability to give consent for that. So I don't know, it'll be kind of interesting to see how that changes things over time. So that's the big current event. If you want to look up anything more about sharenting, that's what it's called. And I would love to hear some of your opinions on that as well. Okay, so now I would love to share, the fire's heating up a little. I can feel it, it's so nice. So now I want to talk a little bit about a marketing idea that we've been practicing internally and are starting to roll out as a product for some of our clients too. And that is the practice of using Facebook groups, okay? So originally I started using Facebook groups with the classes that I was teaching. So when I would teach a new class at Clark College, I would invite all of the students into a group so that we could be able to communicate back and forth and give each other opinions in a more private, closed space. And that worked really, really well. Now we have evolved that into creating a group called Spry Space, and we'll put a link to it in the comments. But Spry Space is our Facebook group where anyone who has taken classes from us or follows us on a regular basis and wants more private discussion type content, we put them into that Facebook group. So within that Facebook group, we do posts every few days asking questions about what people are experiencing with their social media marketing or their digital marketing. If there's a problem, like if you remember a few weeks ago when Facebook wasn't allowing us to comment properly, there was a glitch in their system, we started talking about it within that Facebook group so that we can all have kind of a community to discuss the issues that we're having or the successes that we're having and just be able to collaborate on a more personal level. So that's kind of the beauty that's happening with Facebook groups right now. And you see it on other technologies too, like Slack. People are using Slack in a very similar way. Instead of having conversations within the comments sections of posts, which is a great opportunity for new connections that you're making, when you're ready to have a little bit more intimate connection with a brand or with a community of sorts, you can create a Facebook group that is private, that people have to be approved to come in. And once you have a group like that, where people do not just get the content because they've been served an ad for it, they actually ask to join a group, that is their first stage of investment, which means that they are giving consent to receive content from those creators. So that is what makes a Facebook group a little bit special, or a Slack channel even a little bit special in the world of marketing, is that you actually end up having a group of people who are primed for your message, who want to hear your message, are asking for your message, and you're engaging with them back and forth in a closed, more intimate space. What it does is, even if they're not engaging every day with the content in your group or in your Slack channel, they're getting micro interactions with your brand. So your brand is the visual that comes out of your company. It is the experiences people have with your company. So when someone is in a group that is branded with your logo, every time they get a notification that someone new has posted in the group, they are getting a micro interaction with your brand. And those micro interactions with your brand over time build up this beautiful relationship of people who know, like, and trust you. And once you have people that know, like, and trust you, then you're going to start having real transactions with these people. You know, you get somebody to like and follow your Facebook page and you have a good conversation in the comment section. That's highly valuable. But what people are valuing even more lately is this sense of privacy and connectedness. And that is happening in these Facebook groups and Slack channels. So, for example, we have a client who we're about to start working with, who we pitched the idea to. It's a realtor, and they are really interested in bringing in clients who are from out of town, so people who are planning to move to Washington. And we pitched the idea to them to create a Facebook group for people moving or interested in moving to Washington. So you can imagine within that group, the content that we would be putting out for the realtor would be content about why it's so great to live in Washington. Let's say maybe in California there's a really smoggy day or something, then we post something in that group like, well, look how beautiful it is here in the wonderful forest in Washington. And then we would be getting conversation with people about that. We thought about doing a video series with this realtor where they explore Clark County and do a video series of him exploring different places in Clark County and then posting it in that group. So basically you're giving people a inside, more private, intimate view of what it would be like to live here, which would move them along in the sales funnel in a more natural way. So you're meeting them at the consideration phase in the sales funnel. So they're already aware of the fact that Washington exists and that it's a nice place to live. Then they're moving into the consideration phase of, yeah, I think I would actually like to move to Washington. So when you hit them at that phase, you prime them. Oh, I lost my fire again. This happens half the time. It's the HDMI cable. Darn technology. Anyway, so when you hit them at that consideration phase and you start giving them information that they can use, you become valuable to them. So what I would love to just recommend is, if you have any ideas about a group that you could use to provide community for people, where you could be giving more intimate and private information in a closed space, give it a try, get it started. If you have no idea how to get it started, that's certainly something that we could help you with, but there's also a lot of content online. So if you're a good researcher, just start researching how to start a Facebook group and just start testing the thing. Whether it works or not, at the beginning, at least you're trying something new. And from all the research that we're doing, these groups or Slack channels that are more private in nature are the next step in social media marketing. We're going to be continuing to do work on people's feeds and in stories, and those platforms are all working very well right now. But when us at Spry look into the future of social media, we see these closed groups that are more private becoming a much more trusted way to market with the people that you actually want to end up being your customers. Okay, so last thing of the day, let's talk about Spry Summer Camp. So we have the rest of August and September for Spry Summer Camp, and it's going really well so far. I've been giving out badges for people who have been learning about user journeys, people who have been learning about Facebook or presence management on social media. In August, we've got about 8 slots left for August summer camp participants. And then we've got about 24 slots that we want to fill for September. So if you are interested in having me or Amber or Rachel or Adrian or Seth, which I forgot, we have a new employee. Seth is one of our new employees, so he's another option for a digital strategist that you can sit down with for 2 hours at a time. The price is normally $250 for 2 hours, but this is a special we're doing that is $200 for a 2-hour session, one-on-one with a digital strategist from Spry. So whatever might be troubling you with your social media or your digital presence, a Spry employee can sit with you and help work that out and get you on a better path for being organized and doing a great job on your digital marketing. Anything else? I don't think so. We adore you. Thank you so much for following us, and thank you for being a part of our community. We're very grateful for just everyone who has been a part of the Spry brand and who has done consulting with us and come to classes with us. We're so grateful to be able to have you as part of our community, and we hope you stick around forever, okay? If you want to join Spry Space, I will put a link in the comment section, and let me know what you think about sharenting, okay? Are you a parent? Do you sharent? Are you going to be a parent? Are you gonna sharent? Let's talk about it. I don't know. All right, have a good day. Talk to you all soon. Bye.